Hello, my name's Gary Foster. I'm in private practice as a hypnotherapist, and I specialise in helping people become non-smokers. On this video today, you're going to discover how to let go of 3 limiting beliefs that can hold you back from becoming a non-smoker. And once you do that, that's it. You'll find it so easy. I know it seems a bit of what I call a brash claim, but it's true. There are 3 things that are going to hold you back, and the first belief is that you will believe it's difficult to stop smoking. If you're someone who's been smoking for a long time, maybe you've tried to stop in the past, what you'll notice is that you'll find it very difficult, because running in your mind is the fact that it must be difficult because everyone around you tells you it's difficult. The government will tell you it's difficult. Maybe people that have tried to stop in the past, or even yourself, have found it difficult. So what that does, it compounds the mind into believing that it must be difficult. The second limiting belief that we'll look at today is the belief that you might think that you're addicted. Okay, now if you believe you're addicted to something, then surely it must be difficult, like belief number 1, to stop smoking. So we're going to look, and we're actually going to crush some of these beliefs. Okay, we're going to sort of like pull them apart on purpose, and it's up to you what you want to do with them. You can either keep them or discard them. Okay, the third one that we're going to look at, the limiting belief, is I have no willpower. A lot of clients will say to me, Gary, I just don't have the willpower to stop smoking. Okay, we're going to look at that one in particular. Alright, let's look at belief number 1 then. The one that tends to hold most people back is their belief that it's going to be difficult to stop smoking. Okay, now if you believe it's going to be difficult, guess what? It'll be difficult. Now if you believe it's going to be easy, guess what? Yep, it'll be easy. You see, as a human being, we've been developed over time to understand that our beliefs become our reality. So whatever you believe in life, okay, it must be true. That's how we set these things up, okay? So whatever thoughts are going on in your mind, you're going to have to justify those beliefs with what I call the facts, okay? Now let's say, for instance, you were to come to see me as a client to maybe help you stop smoking. One of the first things I would actually say to them is, I know that you may have had the thought that this is going to be difficult, or you believe it's difficult to stop. And most of them sort of sit there and smile, and then they nod their head and go, yeah, that's right, Gary. And yet what I'll also say to them is, have you ever gone on a plane journey, or have you ever been travelling for hours when you haven't had a cigarette and you haven't actually missed it at all? And most, and I do say most, there's the odd one that will be contradictory to me, but most people say, yes, I have actually. I've gone to church for a couple of hours and I've never even thought about a cigarette. Okay, so it wasn't difficult then to actually sit and listen to a sermon, or maybe go to a concert where smoking's not allowed, or maybe when they fall asleep at night, for 6, 7 or 8 hours, and then wake up, never wanting or never needing a cigarette. Not being difficult to sleep, might I say. Okay, so the first belief that we have to look at is it really difficult? Well, it's only difficult if you believe you will not get anything from it. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to sit in your chair, if you're sitting there. Okay, I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to imagine you feel really good. Just imagine it. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, imagine you're feeling really good and you're feeling proud. Imagine the way you'd be breathing if you felt really proud about yourself at becoming a non-smoker. Yeah, and if you're going for it, come on, how do you feel? I know for a fact you're going to feel really good. You have to, even if you imagine it. So now you've got something real that you can believe in. So you can actually feel good just for you feeling good. I think we've covered that one, haven't we? Alright, the second belief then, you're going to be addicted. Well, that's interesting actually, because in a moment I'm going to put a graphic on the screen that will show you a graph. I call it the addiction habit graph. Okay, this graph will actually literally explode the myth that people believe they're addicted to smoking, because you can't be addicted physically to cigarettes. Again, a very bold claim, but I can back it up. The reason why you can't be addicted to cigarettes, okay, have you known anyone ever to smoke 150 cigarettes in a day? And the answer's no. Okay, about 200 cigarettes. I bet you haven't. So my philosophy is that when we're looking at a physical addiction, it's an addiction that needs more and more and more of that physical product. So if it was cocaine, for example, or heroin, these are hard drugs, aren't they? These are the sort of drugs that the government ban that lead to addiction. Okay, if you have too much of those drugs, you tend to overdose. When was the last time you known of anyone or heard of anyone overdosed on cigarettes?